Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Family Jewels, and we're back after a
Vacation?
yes. So anyway, yes, welcome to Family Jewels, and my name's Colton Bartell.
I'm Audie Bartell. Almost was Colton too.
It's
It's been a long time. I forgot who I was.
So anyway, we're going to talk about something that we're better at than being on screen, which is our services and what we do here at Suzanne's, what we offer, what we can do, what we specialize in, all that kind of stuff.
We're not going to tell them what we can't do, just what we can do.
Yeah.
We don't know what we can't do, right?
Well, we're not great at snowboarding or drag racing.
Hopefully not much of that comes in that we have to.
No, you don't want to really work on jewelry while snowboarding. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good. No, so we don't do that. But if it's jewelry related and we can sit down and do it, or
sit down is the right word.
It needs to be pretty stable environment, I guess I should say. Then we probably do it. Yeah. So, we're not going to go over the what we can't do stuff. But a little bit about Suzanne's, because this is something we haven't actually really talked about before. We always talk about the gemstones and metals and the process of how we make jewelry and all that kind of stuff, but we haven't really talked about the store itself and us, I guess I should say. What credentials we have, what makes us, worthy of listening to on here when we're talking about all this other stuff.
Yeah, I think you're starting to run into some definitions maybe that.
Yeah. But just to kind of give you a little bit of background, basically been in the jewelry business now since, 78?
Yeah.
Since
as far as working.
Yeah.
Little stint, like at a long semester break in college, I worked at a jewelry store, but that wasn't actually
we're not going to count that.
Yeah.
But got a lot of education in the jewelry industry. Both of us are actually graduate gemologists from GIA, and it's a very intense class to go through, basically.
There's no dinking around there.
No, not really. We can define dinking later.
Yeah. You can't. There's really no time off. It's great, especially if that's what you want to do or like to do or interested in.
Yeah.
But if you're not, they weed you out fairly quick. So.
Yeah. It's a real intense course. Studying all the gems and their origin and
how to identify them and
chemical composition, crystal makeup, crystal structure, light refraction, all that stuff that's used for identifying and grading gemstones that are used in the jewelry industry primarily is what that entails, and it's a very intense course to go through and really get you ready to jump into the jewelry business, especially if you're going to be dealing with loose stones.
Yeah, but once you go through it, you feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And I think that's probably the way they do that. I almost kind of liken it to maybe even what the military does. I mean, what they do is they give you all the knowledge and the experience possible in 6.5 months.
Yeah, a very short period of time. They cram a lot of information in really quickly. But a lot of experience. Our family has a lot of experience in the jewelry industry, having had a store in Kansas for 33 years, and now being here in Corpus for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Had been a traveling salesman for a few years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, and so just all these different areas and meeting a lot of people along the way in the industry. Between the experience and the education, we're pretty solid in the field of jewelry. So, a lot of what we do here is done based on that experience that we've had. So we want to make sure that everything's done correctly, and we kind of pride ourselves on that too. So there's been a lot of stuff that over the years we've had to correct from others that were maybe less experienced, that we were able to take care of. We're able to fix things and identify things that others might not be able to. But as far as like the services that we offer, there's a pretty wide range. So we've actually got a little list here, and some of these we'll maybe expand on a little bit, but we're going to keep this fairly short. So the first thing we've got listed is appraisals, which we actually talked about a few weeks ago. Pretty important, especially for higher end pieces. Anything valued $1,500 or more probably needs to have an appraisal and insurance. And so that's something that we can do for pretty much any piece of jewelry. We're not going to go appraise your house, but there's one of those can't do's.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's made out of precious metal and stones, then we can probably appraise it. We also do watch repair. That's something that a lot of people ask about, especially with like Rolex. That's something we still do. Our Rolex repairs, they're not done in-house, but they are done by the same guy that was in store. But because of some of the changes that Rolex has made in the last few years, that had to be moved off-site. But still, the quality has not gone down, and we are still a certified Rolex service, basically.
Well, he does.
He is, yeah.
He does certified Rolex service.
Yeah, and so those can be warranted for 2 years after a service, and that's something that we do offer that most jewelers don't. Watch batteries. This is probably the one we get asked most about.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because you would just expect, a jewelry store to replace watch batteries, but apparently that's not as
well, and I think it's getting to be where some of the watch brands have either made opening that watch difficult or replacing the battery difficult. So I'm sure there are some people that look at the watch and they go, no, we're not doing this one.
They've complicated it. Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. And so
for the most part, I think we can do just about all of them. There's what is it? DeBell's got a one where there's the watch battery has to come through the crystal to be replaced. So that one gets to be a little tricky. We actually send DeBell's to our certified Rolex watchmaker to have him do those. So, but there's not many of them that we don't do. We have been stumped a couple times, but for the most part, we do just about all the watches, and that's something that whether we do it, well, and I'd say it'd be nice if you'd let us do it, but for sure have somebody that knows what they're doing change a watch battery. We probably see more watches that are probably damaged from somebody that really doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
gets inside that watch and messes something up. I mean, granted, it wasn't running before they got in there, but once they're in there, it's never going to run. It wasn't just the battery after that. So
yeah. So yeah, that's something we get asked about watch batteries several times a week.
Hmm.
We don't really advertise that we do them, but
Maybe that's why they asked.
that's probably true. That's probably true. But it is something that, it sounds pretty simple. Anything else, you change your car battery or batteries in a flashlight or something like that. Pretty straightforward. But watches are a whole different story. So bring those in. That is something that we offer. It's something that usually we can do within just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, while you wait.
Yeah. So the other thing that we do that we have a lot of people ask, and something that's pretty vital to the care of your jewelry, is we do check-in cleans. And we've talked about this in the past too, what the importance is of having your jewelry checked and cleaned. And we do offer it as a free service. A lot of other stores will actually charge for this, but we do offer this as a free service. And we will check and clean any piece of jewelry that you might have, whether it was purchased here or not. And basically what that entails is we're going to go through the piece and we'll make sure all the stones are tight, that there's not excessive wear in places or repairs that might need to be made. And if everything's good, then we will polish it up and clean it for you. And if not, then we can get you an estimate at that time to take care of things that might be an issue.
The repairs are not free, but the checking and cleaning is free.
Yeah.
So the checking is free.
And the cleaning is free, but if there's repairs,
right.
Yeah.
Got that figured out, didn't we?
Yeah. We do stone identification. Something else that a lot of stores don't offer, mainly for the reason that they may not have the equipment, the proper equipment to do it, or may not have the education to do it, or both. With the equipment and the education that we have, I don't know that we've run across a stone yet that we've failed to identify. There's been some that have been maybe somewhat questionable, a lot of times because they're maybe set in a setting that we can't do all the tests or something on that we need to verify. But I mean, we've had some weird stuff come in. Probably the weirdest one I've ever seen was what's called a septarian nodule. That one was...
No, I would have known that one.
Yeah, I know. You say that when we bring it up. That was one of those that you don't cover at GIA.
Well, it's more a fossil than it is.
Yeah, it's essentially fossilized mud.
Yeah.
Yeah. But very, very odd stuff. But that is something that we offer, is stone identification. We do all of our repairs, with very few exceptions. All of our repairs are done in-house. And we usually try and be on about a week's schedule. Sometimes we can be quicker. But the pieces will stay here, and we'll do everything actually within sight. So even if you were having something done and you knew...
So are you saying they could wait around for a week and just watch you?
If they wanted to, they could. But
okay, and as far as like that repair, we're just talking about like metals. Like we can repair on silver, gold, platinum, palladium, actually probably some other metals.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've fixed golf clubs before.
Yeah.
I fixed a putter before.
Yeah. And we also do eyeglasses.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly precious metals, but there'll be some things that we can do. I mean, stainless steel, we can work on stainless steel.
And titanium. Yeah. We've been able to weld titanium.
And maybe some costume jewelry we could repair. So those are all possibilities, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and I even welded a sterling silver jump ring.
Oh my goodness!
While you were gone.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty incredible.
But yeah,
remind me to tell you about that story though.
Okay. But yeah, we do repairs. The few things that we don't do in house is like stone repair. If you have a stone that's chipped or broken that you need recut, we still offer that, but it's not something that we do in house. Same thing with like invisible sets. If we have um, an invisible setting that's missing a stone that needs replaced, that's something that we do. We do send out to basically a specialist that's all they do, because those stones are actually cut to fit one another. So it's still
And they're set differently.
Yeah.
Instead of metal on top, it's
metal. From
metal in the
underneath.
middle.
Yeah. So there's a few things that we don't do in house, but for the most part, I would say probably 98% of the repairs we actually do in store. And with those, we do offer free estimates. So when we're checking and cleaning, or if it's a piece that you already know is broken or damaged that you need repair, we do offer free estimates for that, and we can do those while you wait. We do offer custom design. That's something we actually specialize in, and we basically do a one-on-one consultation with those that are wanting to do a custom design, even if you're wanting to use your stones, or you want to use a stone that we have, we can design around that. Or if you have a specific design that you want, you don't have the stones or anything, but you know what you want, we can find those stones for you and produce those pieces. And we do it all through CAD CAM. And so we actually design everything on a computer, and we get a rendering ready for you, and you can actually see what that piece will look like finished before we actually make anything, which is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the vast majority of that is all done in-house as well. We have a few things that are really complicated designs that may have to be sent out to get 3D printed, but we bring them back in-house to finish out
Right.
those pieces. We also do pearl and bead restringing. That's something that most people don't realize needs to be done a little bit more often than what they realize. If pearls are being worn on a pretty regular basis, they actually need to be restrung at least once a year. That's something that we offer, whether it's knotted or not. And by knotted, I mean that we actually put a small knot in between each bead. So if it ever does break, the most you'll lose is one bead.
And the
or
other thing
one
is
pearl.
it kind of buffers where, especially in like pearls, where one pearl doesn't rub on
Yeah.
the other pearl.
Yeah.
So it's like a little spacer.
Yeah. The other thing that we do, it's not something we really advertise either, but we do offer talks. Basically, we've gone to schools and done talks to classes about gemstones or jewelry or a specific stone or whatever. Most of the time they've been elementary schools, but we've done some for other groups, and we've done some other off-site stuff that is educational, and that's something that we do offer. And if you have a need for it or whatever, you can give us a call and we can see about getting that scheduled. But really, if it's jewelry related,
At least ask.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, whenever I ask what we can't do, there's probably not a lot that we can't do, but maybe some things that we haven't thought about doing yet. So
yeah.
I'm not sure what that is, but
I don't know. Yeah, because the other thing that we do that most people wouldn't think to ask about is if you do have and going back to the watches, if you do have a watch that's not working, that might not be one that can be necessarily repaired. A lot of times we can actually retrofit movements. So we've had some where maybe it was an old antique watch that movement was just, it was done. It was trashed. There was no way of repairing
yeah,
it.
and maybe in a couple of years that retrofit may be even a little more important.
Yeah. So it's something that we can find a solution to most things jewelry related. But like like you said, it doesn't hurt to ask, because there's things that we've been asked that we can do that we never even thought that anybody would ask about. And so, if you have something jewelry related, stop by or give us a call. Chances are we can do it. Or if it's something that you're looking for, we can probably find it. Especially with gemstones, we've got a lot of outlets there with some great gemstone dealers around the world. And, I've kind of always told people, as long as it's not in a museum or the Tower of London, then there's a chance that we have access to it. We've had some very rare stuff come through. We've had some unusual stuff, maybe not rare, but unusual stuff come through. And, we've even been able to have some stones custom cut and stuff like that. So,
actually, we've even done some of that.
Yes, we have. Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff that we can do, especially if it's jewelry related. But if there's something that we haven't mentioned that you would like to know about, feel free to give us a call or send us a message. We'd be glad to answer any questions or let you know if it's something that we do offer or can do. We always like adding to our little list of possibilities. So, but anyway, just to kind of let you know where we are at the Town and Country Shopping Center at the corner of Everhart and Alameda here in Corpus Christi at 4226 South Alameda. You can give us a call at 361-991-7565, or you can visit us online at suzannes-jewelers.com or right here on Facebook. So, for anything else, feel free to stop by or give us a call.
Be glad to see you.
Yeah. So, thanks, and we will see you again next week.
Thank you.
Bye.